Have you ever noticed that hollow feeling? The one that appears right after achieving something you've wanted for so long. That strange emptiness when the celebration ends. You got the promotion, reached the milestone, won the prize. Yet somehow, it wasn't enough. The satisfaction you expected, that lasting fulfillment, never quite arrived. Or maybe it did, but only for a moment. Like water between your fingers, it slipped away before you could truly hold it. What if I told you this feeling isn't random? What if this cycle of achievement and emptiness follows a hidden pattern, one that's been playing out your entire life? Today, we're going to explore the invisible force behind your constant dissatisfaction, the shadow that follows your victories, the whisper that says, "It's still not enough. You're still not enough." If you're new here, welcome to this space of reflection. This channel exists to illuminate the parts of ourselves we often miss, the patterns beneath our patterns. If these words resonate with you, consider subscribing to join our community of introspective souls. Let me tell you about Sarah. Sarah had just landed her dream job. Better pay, creative freedom, recognition for her talents, everything she'd been working toward for years. For the first few days, she floated on air. Friends celebrated her. Family expressed their pride. But within weeks, a familiar feeling returned. The nagging sense that something was still missing. She found herself fixating on the next goal, the next achievement, as if this accomplishment had somehow evaporated before she could truly savor it. What's wrong with me? She wondered. Why can't I just be happy with what I've accomplished? The truth is, there's nothing wrong with Sarah, and there's nothing wrong with you. What you're experiencing is one of the most fundamental human patterns, a pattern that begins forming long before we have words to name it. In childhood, many of us learn that love and approval come from what we do, not who we are. We're praised for good grades, for winning the game, for being the smart one, or the talented one. We learn unconsciously that our value is tied to our performance, that we must earn our place, that we must prove our worth. Over time, this message sinks beneath conscious awareness. It becomes the water we swim in, invisible, yet surrounding us completely. Think about it. When was the first time you remember feeling that your value was connected to your achievements? Perhaps it was a parent's face lighting up when you brought home a perfect test score, or their disappointed sigh when you fell short of expectations. Maybe it was comparing yourself to siblings who seemed naturally gifted, or watching how the successful kids at school received more attention, more opportunities, more validation. Let me introduce you to what I call the achievement treadmill. Imagine a hamster wheel made of gold, beautiful, alluring, promising everything you've ever wanted. You step on and begin to run. The first few steps feel wonderful. You're making progress. You can see the rewards ahead, so you run faster, work harder, push yourself further. You reach the first milestone, grasp the reward, but something strange happens. Instead of satisfaction, you feel a momentary high followed by an unexpected emptiness. And there, just ahead, you notice an even more tempting prize. That must be the one that will finally make me feel complete, you think. So you keep running, keep striving, keep chasing. But the wheel never stops. And the true fulfillment you seek always seems to be just one more achievement away. What makes this pattern so difficult to break is that it's partially reinforced by our culture. We live in a world that celebrates hustle and constant growth. A world that measures worth through accomplishments, acquisitions, and status. A world that asks, "What have you done lately?" rather than, "Who are you becoming?" Social media amplifies this, showing us highlight reels of others' achievements while hiding their struggles and emptiness. The message is clear: keep climbing, keep achieving, keep proving your worth. Anyone who stops is falling behind. If you've been nodding along, feeling seen in these words, I invite you to join our community. Subscribe to this channel for more explorations of the hidden patterns shaping your emotional life. Each video is a mirror, reflecting parts of ourselves we often miss in the rush of daily existence. Now, let's explore what's really happening beneath this endless cycle of achievement and dissatisfaction. At its core lies a profound misunderstanding about the nature of fulfillment. We've been taught that satisfaction comes from external achievements, the promotion, the relationship, the recognition. But what if true fulfillment isn't found in reaching the destination, but in how we travel the path? What if the secret isn't about accumulating more, but experiencing more deeply? Consider this. When was the last time you felt genuinely, completely satisfied? For many, these moments aren't the big achievements. They're the quiet instances of deep presence. The conversation where you felt truly seen and understood. The moment of perfect connection with nature. The flow state when creating something that matters to you. The feeling of being utterly, completely yourself, without needing to prove anything to anyone. These experiences share one crucial quality. They happen when we step outside the achievement mindset and into full presence. When we stop running toward the future and fully inhabit the now. Let me tell you what happened with Sarah. After weeks of feeling strangely empty despite her dream job, she took a weekend away from her phone, her goals, her constant planning. She hiked alone in the mountains, with nothing to prove to anyone. In the quietness of nature, a realization dawned on her. Throughout her life, she'd been chasing achievements because she believed they would finally make her feel worthy. Each accomplishment was supposed to silence the inner voice that whispered she wasn't enough. But that voice never fell silent. It just found new evidence, new standards, new goals to fixate on. The revelation wasn't that she should stop achieving. It was that she needed to separate her inherent worth from her accomplishments. This is the critical distinction so many of us miss. Achievement itself isn't the problem. Goals and ambitions can be beautiful expressions of our unique gifts. The problem lies in why we achieve. Are you pursuing goals from a place of wholeness, as an expression of who you are? Or are you achieving to fill a hole, to prove your worthiness to yourself and others? One path leads to genuine satisfaction. The other leads to the endless treadmill. Here's where the deeper work begins. First, we must become aware of our unconscious patterns. Notice when the emptiness arrives after achievement. Don't judge it, just observe it with curiosity. Ask yourself, what was I hoping this accomplishment would give me beyond the achievement itself? Often the answer reveals what we're truly seeking: security, validation, belonging, love. Second, we need to separate our worth from our achievements. This may be the most challenging inner work you'll ever do. It requires questioning beliefs so fundamental that they feel like gravity, a natural law rather than a learned perspective. Start by practicing unconditional self-acceptance. Imagine speaking to yourself as you would to a beloved child. You are worthy because you exist. You are enough exactly as you are. Your achievements enhance your life but do not define your value. Repeat these truths until they begin to take root. Third, learn to find fulfillment in the process, not just the outcome. When pursuing goals, ask yourself, would I still do this if no one ever knew about it? Does this path itself bring me joy, not just the destination? Am I present for this journey, or am I always looking to the next horizon? The answers will reveal whether you're living authentically or still caught on the treadmill. Finally, create moments of deep presence in your daily life. These are the antidote to achievement addiction. Presence pulls us out of future-oriented striving and into the richness of now. It reminds us that life isn't a series of accomplishments to be collected, but an experience to be fully lived. Practice being fully where you are, whether that's in conversation, in nature, in creative flow, or simply in silence. These moments of presence plant seeds of genuine satisfaction that no achievement can provide. If you're finding value in these reflections, I'd love to have you join our community. Subscribe to 9 Mirrors for more explorations of the invisible patterns shaping your emotional world. Each video is created to help you see yourself more clearly and live with greater authenticity. Let's return to Sarah one more time. Her realization in the mountains didn't immediately change her life. Old patterns don't disappear overnight, but it gave her a new awareness, a different lens through which to view her striving. She began questioning the voice that always demanded more. She started practicing presence in small moments throughout her day, and slowly she noticed something changing. Her achievements didn't diminish. In fact, many aspects of her work improved. But the relationship to her accomplishments transformed. They became expressions of her gifts rather than attempts to prove her worth. The emptiness after achievement began to fade. In its place grew a quiet contentment, not dependent on external validation, but rooted in self-acceptance and presence. Your path might look different from Sarah's. Your pattern of achievement and emptiness has its own unique history, its own specific triggers. But the core truth remains. The secret reason you never feel satisfied, even when you win, is that you've been taught to seek in achievements what they can never provide. A sense of inherent worthiness, proof of your right to exist, evidence that you are enough. These treasures cannot be earned. They can only be recognized as already yours. They've been waiting for you all along, beneath the striving, beneath the achieving, beneath the endless pursuit. As you move forward from this moment, I invite you to notice, when does the treadmill begin spinning? What triggers your need to prove yourself? Where might you already be enough exactly as you are? The journey from achievement addiction to genuine fulfillment isn't quick or easy, but it may be the most important path you'll ever walk, because at its end lies not just success, but something far more precious, a life fully lived, a self fully accepted, a presence fully embodied. This is the satisfaction that lasts, the fulfillment that no achievement alone can provide. And it begins with recognizing that you were never meant to earn your worth. You were meant to express it. Until next time, this is 9 Mirrors, reflecting the parts of yourself that matter most.